Okay, for some reason my video cut off in the other one, but I'll keep going. There's a Robert Plant tour from 1988, and single stitch, tiny little tag here, Screen Stars, made in Canada. I'm going to have to obviously do this in 2 video uploads. This is, if not my favorite, other than the Clash shirt that was in the previous video. This is Iron Maiden's Power Slave tour from 84-85. It's the World Tour one. Amazing graphics. It's got a little stain there, but you know, kind of got to expect something with these vintage shirts. There's the back. Super cool. No tag on that one, but it is a smaller size. Oh yeah, this is one of these ones where this is just, it was a Raglan shirt. It's the Judas Priest Defenders of the Faith tour from 1984, and somebody has cut it off, cut the arms off into a tank top, but there isn't that much fraying, so it seems to be in pretty good shape. I'll show you the back. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Another Def Leppard tour from the Asteria tour. I'll show the back there. That's from, I think it's from 88. Yeah. There's the whole thing there. I don't know what the tag is. Spring Forward Classic, made in the USA. Another Ozzy one. I had a few more, I had 2 other Ozzies in the first video. One with the executioner holding up his head. Nice job, Oz. And then same graphic on the back. I think this is from 1982. It's got, on the one side, it's got the little rock and roll on the sleeve, and oh, there it is. Well, there is your copyright 82 on there, Ozzy Productions, and the tag is a Better T-shirt, men's medium. Motley Crue, 1984 Shout of the Devil tour. Harder to find shirt because it's got the Alistair Fiend mascot on the front there. Gray Raglan. It's a single stitch. No tag on this one. But pretty legit. This is the only one that I have a question about that I'm going to have to do more research on. It's Guns N' Roses. I think it's a bootleg because it doesn't have any official copyright things on it. It's super thin, so it's definitely early, and it's double stitched in the arm, almost like a ringer tee, more than just a regular t-shirt. I know the double stitch, people say, oh, you know, the only true stitching from the 80s and 90s was single stitch. So that's just not the case. You find shirts from the 90s and not so much from the 80s, but definitely from the 90s and some into the 80s that are double stitched and have that. But it isn't double stitched right at the end. As I said, it's double stitched like a ringer shirt, because I've got a couple here that are like that, and they are definitely from, they're dated from the 1980s. So again, I think this one is from when Appetite came out. Oh, and there's another one that's made just like that other one, and this is from the 80s. It's Triumph from 1986. Oops. Sorry, I'm getting a low battery thing. Yeah, so 1986, and it has the same setup as that Guns N' Roses shirt with the ringer type stitching on it. And this one has the early Maiden Canada tag on there. But again, you can see that stitching on there. What else we got? Oh yeah, 1984 tour from Accept. And cut down to a tank. Actually, no, it's stitched like that, so it's been done. That was officially a tank. Balls to the Wall tour. Who didn't giggle when you were a kid when you first heard that? Harlequin. Think of that, yeah, they're another Canadian sort of hard rock band. Raglan tour shirt. And it is a Made in Canada tag, Sonatex. Nothing on the back on that one. DLR. David Lee Roth. That's his world tour shirt. Here's the back. And if you look here, it's from 1986. There's another Twisted Sister. This again, I think, is just a head shop shirt. And the back on there, and then you get the little graphic on the sleeve. Older tag, Made in Canada. That one with the beaver on there again. Trying to get through this before my camera dies, which it often does. Triumph, another Canadian hard rock band. This was for the World 7 for Thunder 7, so it's 1985 tour shirt. Speaking of Canadians, Bryan Adams. Yeah, not really heavy at all, or kind of one of the odd ones out in this. It's the 1985 Worldwide Tour shirt. And the Canadian tag there, Andre Pierre, men's medium. Got Nazareth. This is the, oops, that's the back of it, the 1984 Canadian tour. The Catch graphic on there. Copyrighted in, I think, at 2 places. Yeah. And then Made in Canada. Again, the Canadian tour stuff is, they didn't press as much just because population-wise we don't get as many people. So any Canadian stuff's harder to find. Anvil shirt. I don't think this is a tour shirt. It's just, again, another, they might have, but it's probably just a head shop shirt. Doesn't have a date on it, but Forged in Fire. I'll have to look at that record, but I guarantee it's from the mid-80s. And that's it. Now we start moving into some more of the 90s stuff that was in there. Not quite as exciting, but, you know, still cool. 1992, John Cougar Mellencamp Canadian tour. You can see how this person's musical taste shifted over time. I really got into John Cougar. There's Dance Naked. That's the North American tour, probably 94, I think. Crosby, Stills and Nash, the Southern Cross tour, 1984. Bryan Adams 1996 tour. These aren't even going to show you. These are just, were local, like, racing NASCAR shirt. And then this was like a local little festival. It had a band called, the only interesting thing to me about it is a band called Teenage Head was on there, which are one of the best punk rock bands you can, Canadian punk rock bands you'll come across. Cordis. Styx 1996 American tour. Turn to Paradise. Another Another John Cougar Mellencamp shirt. This is for the Canadian tour for 1988. It's a Fleetwood Mac shirt from the 90s, like 91, 92. I don't know if this was for a tour, but the back just has a list of the discography, and then at the end it lists up to 1990, and then the end says just another link in the chain. It's made in the USA, Fruit of the Loom tag. I'd say it's probably 91, 92. Kind of an acid washy type look to it, which is, you know, kind of interesting. Another weird John Cougar shirt. The person who sold me this thought it was from the Doors initially, but and I could see that a little bit, but no, it's definitely John Cougar. It doesn't have anything else on the back. No tags, but I'm going to say from the 90s. Allanis Morissette's, this is, I think, the Jagged Little Pill tour from the 90s. There's all the dates on the back. It's a Hanes made in the USA shirt. Single stitch on the sleeve. A Stones one, which is a liquid blue. They did a lot of, this is from the 90s, I think 92 or 93. Liquid Blue did a lot of tie-dye shirts for bands. This one's pretty, it's alright. Got the tongue graphic. Oh wait. Yeah, 1994 copyright on that right there. And then the last one, certainly not the least, is in Canada. This was a pretty big deal. The band Tragically Hip got together in 95 with a bunch of other bands that they knew or admired, and did a tour across Canada called Another Roadside Attraction. You can see all the bands. Oops, low battery warning again. Okay, we're getting there. You can see all the other bands in the bottom there. And then here's the back, the dates on there for that. Across Canada, you had the Hip, Ziggy Marley, Spirit of the West, Matthew Sweet, Rheostatics, Eric's Trip, who were like, if you don't know Eric's Trip, go just pick any album, they're amazing. The Inbreds, Blues Traveler, same with the Rheostatics. Rheostatics, another great Canadian band you should check out if you get a chance. But yeah, that was kind of a big deal back in the day. Okay, so that is it. I didn't count. I think it's 52 shirts altogether, but I mean, come on, like, when does this happen? And I'm sure I'll get some BS calls from people on this, but this is totally legit. Like, somebody just walked in and jumped them down. They had said that they'd actually just been given this and was like, maybe you can get some money for this. And we negotiated price, and everybody was happy at the end of it. Me especially, just because not even, you know, based on the price, but just on the amount. Like, I never find this amount of any kind of vintage shirts, let alone good quality or desirable ones from the 80s. It just, like, once in a lifetime. And again, it is once in a lifetime, never going to happen again. But it's just, you know, now you know that stuff is out there still. It's sitting in a tub in a basement somewhere that somebody forgot about. So you know, you kind of got to keep out there pounding the pavement trying to find this stuff. And yeah, I'll try and see I'm not very good at this video stuff yet. I'll try and see if I can get some links to my store page and my Facebook, eBay and Facebook groups. I have an Instagram account too, but I'll put some links to the eBay stuff when I start listing this. Alright, so once again, my name is Jay, and I've been selling on eBay since 1998, and I just got a pretty good score that I wanted to share with everybody. Alright, hope you're having a good day. Keep it real.